Stefan Everts, a week ago you were riding at Maggiora in front of the fans. You were standing up, getting the cheers of the fans again. It must have brought back some memories for you. How was that experience?
Yeah, it was very cool. It's been a while since I rode Maggiora. Actually, in my career, I haven't been riding that much on that Maggiora track, but every time it was really cool. I had some of my worst GPs there and one of my best GPs. Went a bit up and down, but okay. After I retired in 2006, it was really cool to do a few laps around the track, and it was cool.
And how did you find the track? Obviously, Liam was racing there. Were you able to see anything or feel what he was going through then from those couple of laps?
I mean, the track was at parts rough and bumpy. After all the rain we had on Saturday, the track was looking really good. The ruts were nice, and the track was good. It's always hard to pass the Maggiora, very hard. But overall, the track was good. And
you were right. You did a lap with Caroli in 06. This was your last race, and Caroli was really successful there too. You both won the motos. So it was nice to see nearly 20 years later, both of you on track, especially with that crowd. The crowd was pretty impressive at Maggiora, really loud.
Yeah, it's true. It's been a while that we've been together on the track, and Tony is still riding a lot. You can see that. I just do a little bit of enduro riding in the winter, but not so much. I enjoy riding a little bit, not too much anymore in the year, and that's it.
And you're still able to ride okay? Is with your feet and stuff, or is that a problem?
No, it's okay. It's okay. I have to be careful with braking because on my right foot all the toes are amputated, and that's also the side of braking. So I have to be a bit cautious and not going too fast in the turns. But it's not about going fast anymore. It's just about having a good feeling on the bike.
You were standing up a lot, and obviously anybody that watched GPs from about 1990. So you ride like that? There's a lot being made in America of Jett Lawrence's style and standing up. Like this is the first time they've really seen it. Do you feel like everything positive they're saying about Jett is kind of what they should have been saying about you back in the 90s in America? It's like they're finally realising how good your technique was by looking at Jett.
Yeah, I mean what Jett has been doing is very impressive, and also Hunter. What Jett showed this year, winning all motos in the motocross, has been very cool, and we could see at a young age that he would be one day very good and strong. But to see him that strong, I'm very proud of him and the family. Everyone's been working hard for that, so it's not been easy for them, and it's very nice to see them very successful being in America. And they're talking about this. That's a technique that I already had in the 90s, but it's cool that they still recognize it. So I'm happy on that.
It shows that what you were doing then still works these days as well.
It will work always. For me, to ride it on that way is a lot easier, and you can absorb the bumps easier when you stand up in a way. And it's just a matter of having that balance, and it helps a lot, especially in deep ruts.
And Jett, did you expect him to be this good this soon? He's only 19. He went undefeated in America in his first year in a 450.
No, I mean I know he would be good, but no one knows how fast it goes. And to see him move up to the 450 class, I didn't expect that he would do it so quick, But to be that good so fast on the 450, you need at least 1 or 2 years to get hold of the bike and to get strong enough. But Jett has a strong body, and you could see that he adapted really fast and easy to that.
And mentally, he's very strong. Did you see that when you knew him when he was a child, or do you think he's just grown? He's just the way he is. He's mentally strong under pressure.
I think the really positive side on his behavior is that he's a happy boy, and he doesn't care so much. He just do what he likes to do, is ride a motorcycle. That's what I've been also telling a lot to Liam. For him, it's a tough situation at moments with the name and all that, and expectations also from himself. And Jett is one big example for him. How he should be, and just be relaxed and enjoy yourself, and don't think too much. Just go out and race and have fun.
You've lived this, where the guy that wins in America and the world champion are coming together at Motocross of Nations. It feels like everyone wants to beat Jett, even Ken Roxon. I'm sure Prado and these guys want to do that too. What are your expectations for Ernie? Because it's like the battle of the champions there.
I think for me, I look at it this year as a team race. Just cheering on Team Belgium. I think we have a really strong team, and I don't think it's about who's gonna win the individual. I think who's gonna win as a team. That's how the nations always have been, And there is some individual prestige, of course, but at the end, the big winners will be who wins with the team. I've been winning here in Matterley, and we didn't win with the team. So at the end, I was happy to win individual and to beat Stewart, but also I was a bit disappointed that we couldn't win as a team, because that's actually what Motocross the Nations is all about.
And you and your dad worked with Jorge Prado, Jett Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence, all champions this year. All will be riding at Ernie. Will there be a pride at watching the level they've got to, and just obviously they're all ride with great technique? Is there pride through it?
We're going to have a big reunion then.
It's going to be.
And have some good gin tonic.
Sunday night will be good fun.
Now it's of course nice to see everyone together. We've been working in the past with a lot of great champions, also my father and myself, so it's nice to see what they've become of. Some didn't make it and some they made it, and it's always nice to be, it's just that little part of that, you know, and to look back and see, okay, we've worked in the past and how successful they are today.
And the guys that make it, what do they have that the guys that don't? Is it just talent, or is it more mind or work ethic, or?
It's the whole package. The whole package needs to fit together. It's not about being fast at the motorcycle, but you also need to be smart and ambition, determination. There's so many things, you know. Be very intelligent when you race and at the right moments. And it's a lot of things. It's the whole package.
So your Motocross of Nations memories, we're at Matterley Basin today. That's probably one of your highlights. Talk us through the standout moments and maybe some of the tougher moments during your Motocross of Nations performances.
I mean, the toughest one was how we lost a couple of times, especially the Nations in '92 in Australia, when I got no mousse from Dunlop, and I had a flat tire, a puncture, and I couldn't finish the motor, so we lost the Nations. Like we lost in Valkenswaard when Geukens and Berwitz crashed in the last motor on the first lap. We got second, and you know, it was every time a big disappointment. But then Sverapek was the time for us to win, and it was a great moment, great feeling. You know, finally after so many years trying to win as a team, it was cool. I mean, Vauxhall was a special one, and Matterley. But Matterley, we didn't win with the team, but I won individually. And
it felt like Belgium should have. I think Kevin Scribus had a crash. He was on the 250 Suzuki, and I still think you won it because of you dominating. And Ramon was very strong as well. But you almost forget.
Kevin had a crash, and we missed out, you know, with a few points. But I mean, the crowd we had here in Matterley, was still one of the biggest crowds I ever raced for in Europe, you know. In the States it's a bit normal when you go to the Supercross stadiums, but like here in Europe it was massive. It was massive, unbelievable. When I look at the pictures today, you still see the crowd everywhere, packed and packed. It was really cool.
And did you feel nervous that day? It was your last race. It ended perfectly, but I actually remember walking past on the Saturday and you were blowing up a wee something for Liam because he was just a wee baby, and he's doing dad duties here before maybe the biggest race, the last race of his life.
Yeah, no, I wasn't nervous, you know. I was more in stress because we had a big fight with Yamaha. We was going to do the announcement that I would move to KTM, you know, and do a new job for me, and it was a big discussion still going on Saturday. So I was more in stress with that discussion and then to race. But then, I mean, Saturday evening we did the announcement and I would move to KTM, and then Sunday the stress was off and I just went racing and enjoyed myself.
That pass on Stewart, James sometimes alludes to it on TV. The other week he said he can't talk about being passed on the outside because it happened to him. Do you remember that moment, what was going through your head, or describe passing him around the outside there? Because I've never really heard your view going into that corner, and did you feel you had him at that point in the race?
I mean, I didn't plan it to go, you know, you can't plan anything in a race, you know, you just have to see after the first turn where you're at, and then you start go racing, and then try to be smart and race as hard as you can and make the difference. And I mean, I was riding good, better than on Saturday. Saturday I struggled a bit, but I hadn't been riding a lot the weeks before. But Sunday I was back in shape and I was just going good. The track was so nice to ride. We had those deep ruts everywhere, and that's how I like it, you know, and just use my technique standing up on the pegs. And you know, it just happened there around the outside. He was sitting down, he was going so slow into the turn. I was like, come on. But you know, it's still a legendary pass. People still talk about it today, and there's two things they remember. That's Vauxhall and the mud. They drove up the hill, and everyone got stuck, and the Matterley Basin here, the pass in Stewart. So it's one of the biggest moments, especially for the English fans. They still remember it like it was yesterday.
Everts Corner now it's called as well. So
and the best part was in 2019 when we raced the 125 with Liam. He did the exact same thing in the same turn.
That's pretty incredible.
That year was also a bit muddy, and it was cool.
So some of those earlier rounds, I think 95 destinations, you dropped down to 125. I think you did it in Jerez, 96 as well.
Yeah.
And you were world champion both those years. How was that going back to 125? From what I can remember in 95, you were actually really quick. You beat Lamson. How does a 250 world champion go back to 125 and adjust to all that mentally on how to ride the bike on race day?
Yeah, it's of course, I had to do it. Someone had to do it, and to have a strong team, and I was the one who had to go back. And for me, it wasn't the biggest fun to go and do it, because first of all, we didn't have the best bikes at that time, especially with the Honda. It was a slow bike in '96, so I struggled in the beginning with the 125, especially revving it. Keep the 125 in the revs where the power is, and it was not so easy. And then at one point since '97, I said no more 125s. I will just race my class, and then we will see where we end up.
1994, there's a clip of you on the old Motovision video of you riding a 500 Kawasaki, and you looked awesome on it, but you didn't go on the team, and I still don't know why that was. Did you even told?
I never got the answer either, because we went riding in Motoland, and I was a lot faster than Jackie, because Jackie was on the team for the 500 class, but at the end they still choose Jackie, and I don't know why. I just lost the championship 1 or 2 weeks before in Geldorf, so I was pretty down, but I wasn't down. I was still motivated to go and race the nations, at my best, like I always been doing. But still, it was Jackie, and unfortunately they didn't make the podium that year. And all the other years that I was on the team, we made it to the podium.
And Marnik rode really good that weekend as well, so if you were on, you probably thought you had a shot at winning. I mean, Britain won. So.
Yeah, I mean, for Britain it was a great year. I mean, we will never
so
know.
you don't even know. But I just remember watching the wee clip, and it was like you were born to ride a 500 the way you were technically suited.
Unfortunately, I only rode once a 500 two-stroke, and that was on the Namur 98. And after that, the four-strokes
went
came.
well.
And that went well. After that, the four-strokes came, and we never rode the 500 two-stroke.
Did you enjoy riding the 500?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It was awesome.
Class. We'll just move on to Liam. He's had a pretty amazing year. 3 Grand Prix wins. Maggiora obviously didn't go too well last weekend. He had that big crash, which was pretty scary. To me, although obviously for the championship it was bad, but to see the heart he had to get back on after how hard he went and hit the ground was for me a big tick in his box into the future, because you can't teach that heart. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how much money you have. When you get hit that hard and your championship hopes are over, to get back on, for me that was like, he has it deep down. He's going to be here for the long haul.
Yeah, I mean that's Liam. I've seen him do things like that before, and he will never give up. He will just always ride till the finish line when he can. And he did also last week in Maggiora. I mean, it was a hard hit. He had no air in his lungs, so it took him a while to get up. I was lucky that he got up, because for the same time he would have some broken bones. And lucky he was fine, and he finished the moto. I was impressed. I thought he would pull out. I think everyone would pull out. Your chance is gone at that moment, and still continue. He was very brave to do that, and it shows his determination and the will he has. So I'm proud of that he's done that.
Did his season surprise you? I mean, he was basically in the world title hunt there till last weekend. First year on the factory team. He outdid what I was expecting this year, but he really came on strong there halfway through the year. A third of the way through the year.
To be honest, we was hoping to go for top 5, and I mean, we had Jago being injured, and Simon Langenfelder, so they were out, and they were really strong contenders for the top 3 together with Andrea. But I mean, being healthy is also a part of racing, and he came through really well after a few GPs, and he was consistent. I never expect him to win 3 GPs, and having in total 8 podiums until now. So to be in that title chase at one point, we never expect to be in that position. So maybe it hit him a little bit on Saturday, and he started to struggle a bit on Saturday. And he was not riding at his best Sunday, a little bit better, but at the moment before he went down, he was trying really hard to catch
he was pushing,
Beanie Star, and I never seen him try that hard and that he went down like this. It's very rare that he goes down really hard. So and this was one big hit for sure. He took a lot of lessons out of it, out of the whole season actually, and it will only make him stronger for the future.
Just a wee bit on Jago, you had a couple of really disappointing World Championship defeats yourself through injury and one thing and another. Jago's kind of lost 2 titles because somebody crashed in front of him in 2 years, you could say, especially this year, to get injured twice and still come back. What are your feelings on him? And I kind of feel really sorry for him because he had the speed, but he just couldn't get the job done, really.
Yeah, I think the whole paddock is sorry for him, but to be sorry doesn't bring him anything. I'm surprised how he takes it and how he deals with it, and he just has to continue and move on. And I mean, normally he should have won 2 championships. Last year he wasn't in the run for the title, and this year it was not for him. He was very unlucky, and he always fight back. And if you see how fast he came back after his crash in France, impressive coming back to the lead. Again in the title chase, and again he's been stopped. So. But that's again racing, and he needs to pull himself over it and look ahead at the future, and that's what I think he's doing. So, but anyway, even when he finished again, not as he didn't win the title, I still have a lot of respect for him, how he's been racing and how he deals with it for sure.
And finally, Motocross of Nations this year, Team Belgium, all MX2 guys, all under 23, but a really strong team, all GP winners. What are you expecting from the team, and does Liam know what bike he's riding this year yet?
Well, first of all, next week they're gonna try out the 350 and then see how that will go, and I will expect it will be good. I think it will suit him a lot, and the way he rides, it will even be better for his riding style. But yeah, they have a really strong team, so I believe they can be on the podium. I think that's a really good chance. And of course, the Nations, there's always this funny race, and a lot of strange, crazy things happen. So you never know what happens, But I see them finishing on the podium.
And Sasha Coonan is obviously coming as well. It's kind of like a throwback to you and Marnik and Joel and Patrick Capps and a couple of other guys were able to fill in the Strybus. Is it nice to see Belgian motocross finally maybe reaching that level again, or do you think it
for
is?
sure, and it shows that with these young kids on the start line and the team, it shows that we will have the next years, 10 years, a strong team for the nation. So, the potential is for sure there, and to make a lot of podiums in the future, and hopefully one day they can win as a team.
Brilliant, thank you.